Usually when you think of marijuana and the munchies, a fast food place comes to mind. But one Boston-based restaurant group is aiming to shake things up. In a series of what I'd call psychedelic new ads, Legal Seafoods is elevating the pun to an art form with taglines like "Our fish are getting freshly baked" and "We're packing bowls with clam chowder." Get it? I'm joined by CEO Roger Berkowitz, smelling a bit like patchouli oil, I should say. No, I like this. I like the smell.
Did you see the bell bottoms?
No, you look fabulous.
Freshly
and by
back
the way,
from Burning Man.
We're also joined by Tiffani Faison, who's apparently looking to challenge the Legal Seafoods empire. She's the owner, chef, co-owner with Kelly Walsh of Sweet Cheeks, Tiger Mama, Fool's Errand, and now Orfano, an Italian restaurant which just opened in the Fenway. Great to see you, Tiffani.
Thanks
Congratulations.
For having me. Thanks.
So I may have left a mistaken impression last night when I was teasing the show that you're going to have marijuana-infused cod or something like that.
Well,
I overstated.
Let me tell you. So I got home last night about 10 o'clock, and I get a call from my folks. And they're elderly, they're in the mid-90s, and they said, call me. So I thought something was wrong.
Okay, yeah.
And they said they were watching GBH. And are you putting marijuana? Are you selling marijuana in the restaurant?
Did they want some immediately?
You would confuse them with your tease.
So what is it you're trying to do there? What is the point of this?
We're just acknowledging the fact that marijuana is legal. You know, if you left Logan Airport and you were driving out of Logan Airport, there was a huge billboard that said weed is legal.
Yeah.
So okay, it ties in. Let's talk about what's timely at this point.
So, by the way, in the Boston Globe story about this, I think by Dan Adams, they said that your chowder vans are posting themselves outside dispensaries. Is that true, or is that a joke?
No, it's true.
It's true.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So we're having fun with it. You know, and look, so the purpose behind it is just to acknowledge this is a cultural phenomenon, the fact that it's legal these days,
Well,
right?
It's been a cultural phenomenon for me for a very long time.
So
we're not endorsing, we're not
okay,
encouraging.
fine. Okay, you made the point. Okay, so restaurant number 4, Orfano. A week and 2 weeks?
Two today.
How are things?
Good. Things are really great. We're having the best time.
By the way, is anybody else? One of the things that's amazing, I assume people know who go to your restaurants. You have 4 restaurants in a block and a half. I've never heard anything like that before. Are you one of a kind in that regard, or
I don't know if
no?
I'm one of a kind, but it's rare, especially in a major American city, to be able to do that. Yeah, it's not lost on me. It's an incredible opportunity.
And the reviews have been phenomenal. And in addition to, and by the way, you brought shrimp here, which is, my favorite thing, and obviously trying to curry favor and get me to stop talking about the marijuana.
No, go ahead. So give me a pot shot.
But I'm bummed. Thank you. I will at 4:20. Now, what is this? Stonewall, and I've been buying their products for a long time. There's a new deal with sort of co-branding or something?
So Stonewall wanted to expand their line a little bit. They didn't have seafood condiments, and I thought, gee, would you like to? And we've always been very proud of our cocktail sauce and tartar sauce, so it was like a natural fit. And the idea of co-branding it, initially we talked about, well, would they make it for us or whatever, and the co-branding actually took off. It's actually working out well for both of us.
Why are you, in all seriousness, you know how I feel and my family feels about why are they, they're different than any other. Why?
Well, Tiffany's here, so I can't give too many secrets.
All of them. Give it to me.
But there's two kinds of shrimp.
Great.
Actually, there's a wild shrimp which tends to have a lot of iodine to it. There is the whites, which they grow very quickly, but they don't have a lot of flavor. But these are black tigers, and black tigers are a different species of shrimp, and they just have much more crunch and texture and flavor.
Great texture. What's different about your Italian restaurant? Why do we need another Italian restaurant?
It's a great question. I think Kelly and I had talked about this restaurant for a really long time. For me, it's been over 8 years. The idea of this really solidified for us. We were out for our anniversary in New York City at a really famous Italian restaurant, called ahead, said that we were there for our anniversary, completely ignored, just invisible, in a beautiful room with big bottles of wine, and there's always an assumption that we're not going to buy the big steaks and the big wine, and that's wrong.
Because you're not boys.
Because we're not boys. So we wanted to revisit this idea in a way that felt more equitable.
I had forgotten about this. One of the reviews I read about your restaurant said it was like, it's a boys' club for girls.
For the rest of us.
Did you like that?
Yes, very much.
So what did you bring here today? What is this?
So we're riffing off of Italian-American classics. These are meatballs alla Rea. So Dan Rea, my culinary director of operations, we've been together for 10 years. His family's recipe. I've never made them.
Can you bring them over here
Sure
while
can.
you're talking?
Best
Keep
meatball
talking.
you've
It's
ever
fine.
had.
Okay, good.
Pesto gnocchi, we have lobster and then pesto gnocchi. Pesto's leaving us final days of summer. Our house garlic bread that we'll always be on the menu. Parmesan mousse that you can just take that garlic bread, swipe it right through. These are our Italian cookies as our Mignardi on the way out, so everyone gets a little cookie. And then this is our royal chocolate cake for 2.
Oh my God, that is really.
know.
What is the deal? You want to buy this?
Yeah.
Don't mind using the same
Yeah.
fork?
Just for Jim. No,
Give him a new fork. Okay, while you're trying
Yes,
that.
you don't make meatballs, you do
Try,
fish.
give him
Stay
a
over
fork
there.
while you're doing this.
This is a large one. I want
Do
a
you
big
mind,
piece.
while we're talking for a second, can we talk about a couple of issues that I know that are bigger than just one restaurant or one restaurant change? How are you dealing with all the environment? We talked to Tatiana Schlossberg a couple of minutes ago about the environment and climate change. How's that factor into the decision making you have to make at your places?
Hugely.
How so?
I have not done another Sweet Cheeks.
What does that mean?
It's too much meat consumption.
Is that really true?
Yeah, I mean, I think about it a lot.
One of the great barbecue places ever, for those who don't know.
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
But it's to take that on again and replicate that with that level of environmental impact in terms of methane. It's something that I really thought about and think about. It keeps me from doing it again.
How about you? Marjorie Egan, my radio co-host, said I was supposed to compliment you. She was at Harborside on Sunday, and she loved the paper straws. So I got that. I wanted to say, no, I'm serious.
Yes,
it means a lot to her.
Well,
but what do you do? How much? We've talked through the years
Yeah.
about the environment and sustainability and that sort of stuff.
So, we think an awful lot about it, and we think about, sustainability in terms of seafood, wild seafood versus farm seafood as an example. And one of the issues that we're wrestling with, and we talk about global changes and global warming, is that the water temperatures are now, they were supposed to rise between 4 and 6 degrees over the course of 80 years. It happened within 10.
Yeah.
And so what happens is a lot of the North Atlantic species of fish, the haddock, the cod, the gray sole, the flounder, are migrating further north into Canada. And we're seeing species of fish that we never saw before, like croaker, which is coming up from the mid-Atlantic, or mahi-mahi from Florida. This is crazy stuff now.
One other thing. Encore hired, 4,000 people, 4,500? You have, 200 plus people now working for you?
A little over 200.
How about you in Massachusetts?
In Massachusetts,
East of Mass, roughly.
About 2,000.
2,000. How much trouble? I'm serious. How much trouble?
It's difficult. Well, first of all, there is no labor pool, right? I mean, there's very, very few people out there, that if you're recruiting and need to staff up. So it's incumbent on all of us now to really kind of change the model, to think how we can do more with fewer people.
How about you?
I think it's about being better for our employees, for people that work with us, and learning how to be present, to be people that they want to work with and work for, and make sure that we retain the people that walk in the door.
What am I eating again?
Pesto gnocchi.
Oh my God. What do you think of the meatball?
Excellent. I love that. I love
Tell
meatballs.
Danny.
So you ever been to any of her restaurants?
Of course.
Which one?
Sweet Cheeks.
What'd you
I love
think?
it.
Give
it to him. Keep going.
I loved it. I had the ribs. I had the brisket.
Okay.
I love
Tiger
the
Mama, have you been?
coleslaw. I have not been to Tiger Mama's.
You ever been to Legal?
Oh, please, of course. Who hasn't been illegal?
And what do you think?
Love it. My mom loves it. When she comes to town, she makes me go to Legal all the time. She loves
Oh, he's
it.
blushing. Look at that.
I know.
Patchouli oil and all, he's blushing. So before you go, by the way, the food is fabulous, and I love both of your places, as both of you know. What's the thing that keeps you up at night in terms of your business in 2019?
Well, it used to be, with global warming and the fish supply, I think that's being offset a bit because some of the farming techniques, we talked about the New Zealand salmon as an example.
Hand massage.
That's
for another day.
Yes.
But so what does keep you up?
So really, it's a people business. And so how can we deliver a level of hospitality and value when the labor pool is so difficult right now? And so we have to sort of think better, how can we add more value doing things smarter?
How about you?
I think about climate change a lot. I think about sustainability. And then I think about sustainability for the humans that work with us and making sure that they have an environment of equality. And I think about the rich-poor gap that's happening more and more aggressively. And I think about front-back wages all the time.
Are you both happy at work? Are you happy?
Today?
Yeah. But I want to ask. Did you bring me a gift that you're not going to give me? What is it, please?
Well,
we only have 30
okay.
seconds.
They
Come
have
on.
too many pot shots,
Quickly,
so
what
I
is
figured,
it?
okay.
Too many
so
pot
so this is for you. You can
Thank you.
show that. That's a
And those fish.
And those
Look
are fish.
how clever you are.
Yes.
Weed fish.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable. Tiffany, good luck. Can't
Thank you.
wait to be at
Come
the
in.
new restaurant.
Jim,
I will.
oh,
Roger,
pleasure.
great to see
Thank
you
you.
both.
You as